The Justice Department has filed a so-called statement of interest in an ongoing legal challenge to Pennsylvania's policy against reading election documents with missing or incorrect dates into the blanks. Election is full. The point of the dispute is similar to other challenges to voting rules that do not specifically show whether the person trying to do so has legal eligibility. In Texas, the Department of Justice also, with the agreement of the plaintiffs, requires the right to enter into arguments in controversial legal cases requiring that at least a substantial portion of the eligible voters fill out registration form, copies of their documents, bearing their signatures. It's not like Texas officials even need to collect signatures to verify mail-in ballots, because the state doesn't offer mail-in ballots to all residents. Pennsylvania does now. Whether a person physically signs a form does not determine whether they are eligible, to a significant degree, to vote, and the same argument applies to whether absentee voters in Pennsylvania entered the correct date on their election claims. Under Pennsylvania law, a mail-in vote that will be counted requires the voter to be the date of the election declaration, the Justice Department court read, and part of the meeting made it so. Come to light. Defense of the Right to Vote Democracy Docket. Section 101 applies to this declaration and prohibits election officials from rejecting a vote because of an error or omission in writing the declaration that is not material to determine the eligibility of the declarant to vote. Errors or omissions regarding dates do not affect the eligibility of the voter. Section 101 refers to a section of the Federal Civil Rights Act. The Justice Department also pushed back against allegations by Republican Party members involved in the case that individuals and groups are not allowed to sue under the law. GOP organizations that participated in the debate on the matter include the Republican National Committee, RNC, the Republican National Congress Committee, NRCC, and the State Party of Pennsylvania, and the case from plaintiffs included the Pennsylvania State Conference of the NAACP. The RNC is the main meeting of the GOP at the national level, and the NRCC handles, as its name suggests, races for seats in the House. The case is in federal court. Other recent developments in court filings for unfair Republican practices around the election process include new lawsuits in Ohio for various reforms, such as the implementation of voter ID is required in what used to be a short period of time after Election Day, which authorities can receive votes and proceed to count them. This type of provision does not allow nomination papers to be submitted after Election Day. This is to take into account issues such as delays in postage, which means that a reduction in the time it takes for officials to receive votes can affect potential voters such as military personnel who are temporarily stationed in the area. Away.